Hello, good evening, and welcome to episode number 137 of Trophy Hunting. I am Stig, your bad driver for the evening. Let's get the game loaded up. Project Cars 2 is our game of choice this evening. I'll show again because I can't download that. So we'll continue with our IndyCar career around Daytona. A driver I recognise. Second place, Takuma Sato. So Marco Andretti, Alex Rossi, Max Chilton. Formerly of F1, Bourdais, and Pablo Montoya. The F1 drivers of the past. A circuit we are familiar with. It's part of our online journey to getting our driver cleanliness up. All of our driver cleanliness up. This year. That McDonald's livery car. This immediately feels different. Car that likes going to the left. Quite handy when going around corners, but not as handy.
Okay, let's put together all your best sectors on one perfect lap.
We're going down the straights. Hopefully we don't get held up by these guys. Hopefully we don't end up killing our driver. Not be advantageous in the slightest. I validated this lap. He's hitting the wall, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. Seconds for Rossi. We're all well inside that, as you can see on the left hand side. The invalidated lap. Oh, 10 seconds clear. Perfect. Dare you? First whole of my career. Just let Andy know we're on again. Let's start 4 or 5 laps. Andy, of course, joined us last week. Go around the smaller oval.
Outside. You're clear. 2 lanes back.
Always clear, Jeff. Bye bye, AI. I think we're not going to have is the tow here. The AI are going to have from each other. That's where we're going to struggle. Can't imagine we're going to get near a pole lap in that case, but we will try. Don't think we have a mandatory pit stop like the last one we did.
You just posted the fastest first sector time.
I'm sure if we do, it'll flash up on the screen.
That's the fastest lap of the race. Great lap.
Still on low 40s though. I don't think we have a mandatory stop to make. If we do, it's going to be a late call to tell us.
Final lap. Not the same. Just ease off a little and bring the car home.
So we can't be far off. Lap in the back of the field. There they are. Get round the outside of them. We have the finish.
Awesome stuff. That's your first win. I'm sure that's the beginning of a bright future.
That'd be a fun game. £50, nice. Off to Long Beach we go. We started with this last week. We have the option of setting up 1440p and horizontal streaming. That looks complicated to do while I'm streaming, so I'll leave that for now. Have a look at that off stream. We can note that on the whiteboard. So there's a long right-hander here. Right front all over the curb there. We're all over the track. Let's see, I think we're now at the front of the queue, but there's at least one car ahead of us. You can see in the distance. We are the final car. Just want to overtake. Get out of the way, man. Wait, you hit me. Here we go, see if I can remember the layout. This one. First corner to the left. I'm going to have to remember the braking zone form probably a little early there. Another right-hander that opens up. Left-hander, we ended up down that escape road last week. So not known the circuit layout. Right-hander there onto the back straight. Have the final corner, which we looked up last week as well. And the race the line for 13.8 exactly.
Great job. That's P1. No one's gonna
So
touch it now.
13.8 exactly on the left. Turns out it wasn't so much. Another rolling start, another one where the AI is ahead of us.
Rear corner, right side. All clear.
3-lapper for this one. It's a curb rather than a wall there, which benefits me massively. Five cars on the grid. Nice though.
Leading by 10 seconds. Keep focused.
Might have been behind me. Let's have some force. These guys relentless booing. It's like a tiny bit earlier than that, but got away with it. So we're not going to need these tyres later on in the weekend, because these will be absolutely shot. We are over 3 seconds clear of our time. Out of the fence. Slight mess of the final corner.
Okay, last lap. This is your last lap. Hold it together and bring her home for the win.
That's the idea, Jeff. I'm sure smacking the wall's going to help with that, though.
That's the best sector time of anyone so far. Great job. Keep it up.
The way forward is to smack the wall. Well, like the AI was that slow.
You're clear.
This is what happens if the Yanks aren't on ovals. Pushing 35 through here. Yellow flag. That car should get out of the way.
That's the kind of job we're looking for. Great driving.
There we go. 2 wins from 2. Open up the gap at the front. 28 points. More new messages. Eight laps of the Indy Oval. Or a square oval than the tri-oval we had around Daytona to start off this series. Get ourselves a qualifying time for Indy. Eventually we'll reach the end of the pit lane.
Go steady on the out lap.
Oh, that's probably why we should have gone steady. That's the F1 circuit. We don't want that one. We do want this one though. There is where the pit lane starts. Plenty of advance warning. Born ready, yeah, mate. Much wider oval here. Well, we've done exactly what we've did on the outlap. Maybe we want to concentrate on turn 2 a little more. Sub 50-second laps for the AI, so we should probably be doing it 41, 42, I'd imagine. Despite driving like a mug before, we have still managed to put in 1027. Off slightly going round. Turn 2, make sure we get the car straight. On my way, number 12. Maybe that's the way forward. Get off the accelerator as we go through the 4 corners. Not as big a gap as you'd think there. That should be sufficient.
That's it, you have pole position. No one can touch you now. You're starting on the front row tomorrow.
So second and third have the exact same time as the 8th and 9th. Look at this. What are we even doing here? It's no advantage being on pole. Yeah, I can just overtake like so. It looks like we can. Utter scum. Plus it's not as much of a given to pull away. We're on this track. So the odd numbers bends we could probably afford to go flat out. It's just 2 and 4 that we might struggle with. Yeah, we'll do that. Eight lap race. This occasion. $44.1. Nice round figure. A bit slower that time so we can get it in slightly easier. Can't remember what race 4 was.
Nice work. That's the fastest first sector.
Probably ruining the tyres here, I think. I mean, slide it around.
That's the race. Pick it up.
We'll try and go flat out here. Not a problem. Must be the load of the tyres that are the problem. As demonstrated there. How much time do we lose is the question. And so it appears to be none, really.
Great stuff. You're the fastest in the second sector.
That's just in every sector, Jeff. It's not all on the same lap. Six dead. I felt if I didn't lift there, I was ending up in the outside fence.
The back markers. Watch out for the tricky ones. Keep it clean and slide past.
Nice subtitles game. Suppose you must spelt wrong there.
The final lap. Looking good. Just no mistakes and take the win.
No mistakes, Jeff said. Stick. Oh. Righted me, which will help us a little bit. Oops. We are going to make sure that we take victory number 3 of the series.
That was a masterful piece of driving. Great job, bud. See you in the pit.
If it goes that far, that is one of the Triple Crown we need as well, to be honest with you. Just going to bring up the trophy list. So, yeah, that's part of the Triple Crown. We needed to win. Here we are at Texas Motor Speedway. It's the track we know quite well. The one we have been using to grind away the online safety section. I think that was 5 laps for the race. Track looks familiar. Try and get a few laps around here later on in the stream. The thing is, we might find cars on out laps. Let's go around here. It's going to make any difference how we get on. .25.2 is perfect for me.
That's it, you have pole position. No one can touch you now. You're starting on the...
There is the 2 Infinity and Beyond trophy. Running Infinity with 2 manufacturers. Not expecting that. There we go, it is a 5-lapper.
One outside. You're clear.
Stay off the wall stick, come on. Left in the race. How interesting was turn 1. Sorry, lap 1 if 7 have retired already.
Good stuff. That's the fastest sector time.
Okay, you can see there are plenty in the pit lane.
Great stuff. Fastest lap of the race.
It's the high 25s. Kiss the wall. Now into the final lap of the series.
Final lap. Final lap. Steady as she goes and we'll take the win. She deserves it.
There we have it.
Well done, mate. You won the race. You really, really earned it today. Great job.
Now we have the Best Indy World Trophy for becoming an IndyCar champion. And the Zero to Hero Trophy for completing the Zero to Hero lifetime goals, starting Tier 6 and going on to win a Tier 1 championship. So Honda going to hire us as a brand advocate. And this is what we're going to need The second Tier 1, I believe. We are going to do the Ginetta series. That will unlock another trophy, completing a championship in every motorsport discipline. So car number 20, let's do it. Off to Alton Park we go. Foster circuit, so essentially we're doing the square, I suppose rectangle going off that. We're not going down, turn to left, down to one of the hairpins. Just going to go straight on. In fact, we might even done this layout early in the series. So here we are at home.
Okay, mate, take it steady on the outlap, warm the tyres before you start pushing hard.
So here on a lot of the layouts we go left here. This layout we go right. We don't have to do the chicane. We'll essentially head back towards the pit lane. See what, these cars are really slow. I suppose that's the idea. Oh. Also have no turning if you're still on the brake stick. Have to watch that to the penultimate corner. Might have to watch out for turn 1 as we've not done that one yet. Well, that's fine. We don't have to worry about. Oh, it's quite bouncy. I didn't get that wide on the outlap. Of course, going to have to watch this corner here. I've watched racing on that hill there in the past. And the final kilometre up the hill to the line will be a 23.4. That will be enough for pole position by the best part of 20 seconds from Sonny Curtis.
First race of the championship, let's bag a decent result.
A 3-minute race means 2 laps. At full speed it'll be 2 laps, then about 20 seconds. Correction, 15 seconds. And that'll make it just a 2-lap. Time-wise, I'll leave everybody else in the dust. Also need to brake for the right-hander. Off the track. Bouncing over the curb. Make our way round the penultimate corner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting sufficiently clear that we won't have to do a 3rd lap. I'll just effectively park it up on the grid and deal with it that way. So you would probably get into the 19s.
1 minute remaining.
So I was trying to lap as quickly as we could. It would constitute having to do a 3rd lap. In the interest of time and laziness at having to do 50% extra off the race. Should park it here and wait for the timer to run down. Which we've sufficiently done there.
Awesome driving. That's your first win. Hopefully we'll see plenty more of those in the future.
It's not my first win though, is it? Going back to bash some tier 6 guys. It was a great win, wasn't it? Got ourselves Knock Hill International. Oh, we got some rain. Let's drive out of the garage. Just need to be careful with this one. If you're wondering why
All we need
this
is one team
Last little bit looks familiar. It is, of course, the knockout tri-oval. Done a lot of our online stuff. Doing return right there. Continue with the tri-oval. Concentrate on this one. Hill isn't a circuit I know particularly well. But I suppose if the eyes as low skilled as it is, I don't need to. To the line. We'll get ourselves 10-4. Or not a 10-4, depending on where you look.
Get yourself ready, mate. Focus on the light. Think about the run into the first corner. Protect your lead into turn one.
I actually noticed what the times were there. Might have to do a third lap if they're sufficiently quick. Hopefully they weren't. Just to 2 again. So we did a 10-4. I need them doing around 1:30.
Remaining.
I suggest this is going to be quite tight in that regard.
Solid first lap there, mate. Keep focused. Let's string together some fast ones.
We might be just fine. It is going to be touch and go.
One minute to go.
Wait here. No, we are going to have to do a third lap. Where are we? Now we're going to be fine. Perfectly judged. There is the checkered flag. Where are the AI?
Great driving. What a win. Fantastic job.
I'll judge in the end stick. What's the national track? Look that up and check messages. Andy is in the online section, so I'll join him to do a few more safety races in a little bit.
Take it steady on this outlap. We need to get some heat for these tyres.
That's the long pit exit. It's the majority of the course, to be fair. I was going to say the Hanger Straight, but it's not. It's the Hamilton, not the Hamilton Straight. That's the new start finish line. Why is this straight? Because the corner before is bridge. It's in the comments. I believe we're having to break its stow. To this corner coming onto the straights bridge. He says with confidence. It seems I can't skid it like I was doing last night with the Formula 1 car on Gran Turismo. It's a shame. Up to the line of this bridge is 17.2. Let's give it the 17.2 game. 135, perfect. That is one that we can just do the 2 laps on. That's out, away we go, etc. So it goes through maggots and turn off at Beckett's. Light rain is falling. Probably going to go round there. Yeah, this is another race that'll be 2 laps and done.
Nice one. Solid first lap. One minute to go.
Switch out Wikipedia while I'm waiting for the AI clock to run down. As you can see, second place is already 30 seconds behind. There we are. Got to reverse, have we? I might not have to wait at all. That also works.
That was a masterful piece of driving. Great job, bud. See you in the pit.
I didn't go that far. Yeah, it's the Wellington Straight. Of course it is. That makes sense. It's Aintree. The corner coming on to the straight. Two races to go. Donington Park National here, and then Snetterton for the final round. We're now at the front of the pack again. So first do a double right. Wonder where that bit of road goes to. Hopefully we'll never have to find out during the races. What's going to need to take the chicane heading to the right. Awful chicane, that one, Stick. We do have the downhill section here. And the sweeping left. Followed by the rights again. I suppose it's a nice circuit to get into a flow of doing. It isn't just an oval. All you're doing is taking left-handers. Again, this looks like it's going to be a 2-lap race. Might not even need to slow down in that regard. Doesn't look like we will need me to slow down. There we go. 32 dead. Perfect. That's exactly what we're after. It's the only other racetrack that I've been to besides Alton Park. Donington Park in Derbyshire. Finish this series off and then head online stuff. Nice of Jeff to tell us there was 2 minutes to go on the previous lap. So he'll do it with a minute to go on this one. There we go. Run down to the final chicane. One race, Snetterton. Finish off the championship. Should unlock us another trophy as well. 200, I hope not. Mile track, mostly straight. Shouldn't get lost around this track. Okay, eventually letting me go onto the track. I need to brake slightly before it suggests that.
Let's take this pole. Stay on it. Stay focused. You can do this.
How it works, Jeff, mate. Also give us a good guide of whether it's 2 or 3 laps next time. Next session in the race. Indicates for a few corners, 2 long straights between them. Well, there was some power in this car. I'd have thought the braking before, at the corner before rather, would help us out. This is going to be a 2 lap without having to stop at a race. No round time that time, unfortunately for us. But it will be a 20 billionth pole for us on the game. 2 laps around the Stetson 200 layout. I believe it should be another trophy knocked off. We do complete them.
Great first lap. Let's try and build up a lead here.
A million miles away from the potential lapping. That one.
One minute remaining.
Only telling us about 2 minutes remaining. I suppose at the end of the lap doesn't mean anything. Need to extend the race by more than me. Stick. Time is done. As is the championship here. Up to the line for a 5th win of the series. And the result is the Ginetta Juniors UK Championship. How to 2 of them. If I'd known that, I'd have done the short for both. Either way, we'll come back for that next week. Knock it off that way. We may as well select the series because that's the one we're going to. Okay, so that's in Donington National. Let's create a race. No formation lap, mandatory stop. So 5 minutes of quali. Get the right license on. Any realism, full damage, perfect. Let's create the session. Let's invite Andy. Joined us last week, of course. So whilst we wait, need to turn that U into a B. So plenty of clean driving required on our behalf. It's Formula X, some motor speedway, favorite car and track respectively. 118 starts in the multiplayer. We need 350 finishes. Sorry, 124 starts, 118 finishes. About a third of the way to those finishes. So invite Andy to the session. What we maybe joined? What are the other sessions? Might actually get a lap in this session in a moment. Sure whether Andy can join during a session, to be honest with you. What I can do though is just complete this set and then send the message over that we've started. It's called crying is beating me. No need. Might be getting a tow here. And the car in 8th place. To move ahead of Low to 3rd. It's temporarily. So he's going to help us massively. Go provisional pole and he's killed me. And completely realistically, into the pits we go. And back out we go. There's my wheel. 2 cars giving me the tow would be absolutely lovely. I don't really want to give tows to 2 cars behind either. The annoying thing is, second of which is second place. Oh. Right, we were below the line there.
We're ready and waiting. Box, box, box.
No. Got a lap I want to do first. And we're going to shoot bits like iRacing in the fact that the more laps you do that are clean, the better. That's the thinking. It's one way of finding out.
That's it. You have pole position. Now we're in Kentucky now. You're starting on the front row tomorrow.
This line had jumped in the session there. Actually wasn't problematic with language used. That is why we try and make sure we meet everybody before they come in. That's of course they're friend of the stream. They get more leeway with their language. Because we know that they're not going to be troublesome with it. A 10-lap race.
Just at your own personal best fastest lap. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's close enough that we are going to get a small boost out of this actually. Too fussy way I want to overtake us either. In the middle of the AI pack, keeping it clean will boost us even more, I'd imagine. The top two here want to overtake us. Sit in that gap, be nice. Halfway through the race. So I don't even mind if I drop down to 5th as long as I don't hit anyone. There's some clean sessions. Don't go down there too often. We'll get in trouble, I would imagine. It's the 5th place has now dropped away. There's a top 4 now. 2 laps to go, get off the grass stick. Touching grass is not a suggestion to do this one. Final lap. What plan on letting him go, Jeff? There we go. There is the victory. Vanek is my teammate. Very happy to have nailed it as well. Slipped down to 81%. Let's just check. To 30 of the 47 trophies in the game now. So Andy is racing. In fact, leave Andy to carry on. Carry on doing this. I assume Andy's doing the exact same, to be honest. For the dash line, where the game of life is a little more for doing that. Hopefully we can complete the session without crashing into any other car. It's advisable. Second fastest when we've got a lap in. Given John is ahead of us. This with second. Yeah, we're going to need a tow here. Draft, as the Americans would call it. Two seconds, wow. And that's the guy we just picked up. Putting a quicker lap and they go even faster themselves. So the car is probably set up better than mine. Back up to fourth. I think I'm just racing the AI. RSVC is just going to disappear from us. It's race a line. That makes sense. Hopefully we won't crumble in this lobby now. No idea why the AI decided to come out 30 seconds ago. Gonna get round for a lap, that's for certain. Certainly not gonna lap in if they just come out of the pits at this point. A few tenths of pole. You're high, Jeff. Sufficiently beastin' I race the line. I'm gonna imagine it's just gonna disappear in the distance here. No idea why it lets me into the lead, but that's the line. It is just going to disappear from us.
One place down. Let's push to recover this. Come on, you can do this.
One place down. That's efficient, quicker than. Seconds a lap quicker than I am. I think I'm good for them is to hold up the AI. Not that that's necessary, of course. Make sure we're doing the gap a little harder though.
That's your fastest lap of the race so far.
About half a second quicker than the AI over the course of the race so far. And our lion friend going to come up to the back of the AI at this point.
That's your fastest lap so far.
More laps to go. There's our gap to the AI. I miss slowing down for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Retirement, I guess. Someone's retired. It's left the session. Yep, that makes sense.
Final lap, you're doing great. Keep defending your place. Take the win.
Assume hit the AI that's in last now. It's the AI that's give us a gap. Get an undeserved win there. Very undeserved win. I'm not going to complain about it.
That was a masterful piece of driving. Great job, bud. Go to pit.
Racing Lion or Racer Lion. One moment. Here's race Sirline. Oh, we're into F. Only just into F mine, but I've sent a friend request to Mr. Lion. Gets accepted or not, we'll soon find out. Well, of course, there are a few more of these.
Steady on the outlap.
Maybe we'll do the Honda Affinity to finish off the stream.
Okay, let's make this the big one.
It's a 15 out of 15, so Lion isn't part of this. Then 6 in the low 29s. Slower but second. 4 drivers behind us have posted the exact same time here. Just catching the mic. Down into the lower 28s. Yeah, we're going to need a tow to get that kind of lap, I think. We're quite close enough to get a meaningful tow. Or draft, whichever way you want to look at it. Certainly not if we tap the wall. This is going to give us a meaningful draft though. Thomas in front of us. Still 2/10 rather off. That's this lap. Have to make the overtake. Hopefully we're not clipped behind. Improve slightly, but we're down in 5th place. Not ideal in the slightest. But on the flip side, it does mean that we'll be running in the pack and have to do some overtaking to end the race. That may give us a clean race again. Doesn't sound good. I think 5th place is going to be the best we can hope for. This game is a bit like iRacing. The more laps you do that are clean, the better safety rating becomes. This is one way of finding out. The end of the session. Clearly not going to improve. F2 footing us there. Maintain P5, it says as the AI goes past. We're allowed to keep it. To learn how oval racing works, and I'm in the pack. Try not to end anyone. Slight nudges. Third at least. Once we're on the straight now we can make moves. Beautiful overtake down the back straight. And down to 11 drivers on track, which I suppose will help us in the fact that we're not going to lap too much traffic. As far as drivers still being in the race are concerned, it's not going to help us. There's a lot of cars in our mirror there. Another look on this next straight, but look at them all. Savages. All back to 6th in this pack. Closer is closer than I prefer them to be. On the flip side, this will help with the safety rating. Still 6-way pack by 1.7 seconds. Usually the pack by this point is broken up a little bit. Not been the case here. Is that better for safety rating? I have no idea. Third of the race to go. Still the front six is stupidly bunched up. So it would go away a little bit. Two laps to go. This time there's no line to fall off the track to help us.
Final lap. Don't let it pass in the final sector. Keep pushing.
But the first two sectors, Jeff. Come on, my man. Into Andy, I just noticed it during the lobby. There is the end of the race. A good one for us, having started fifth. Converted into a clean win. Apart from the odd little tap with the air.
That was a masterful piece of driving. Great job, bud. See you in the pit.
Return to the lobby. And he's now a C-rated driver. 24%, which isn't terrible in that regard. And he's not far away from becoming a B. Go. There we go for the quali session. Just realised about double into the race. That's fine with me.
One clean, perfect lap. See if we get on to pole position.
Not going to get pole, Jeff. Handy here. Still tend to have the pace to start off with. About 8/10 now. Minutes of the session. Do with a toe, to be honest. Oh. He was also not whacking the wall. Broke the car, maybe. Yeah, that's really clever. Yeah, that is veering to the left. Send it back to the pit lane. Looks like Andy's decided against qualifying. Minutes to go. Unless he's going to go one and done at the end of the session. This could be the plan, actually. Fall down to 12th, we know. I'm going to say if we fall down to 12th, we know the exact reason, but there goes Andy into the lead of the session. Quarters of a second quicker than the AI. We are nowhere in this session. Still think we play with the AI a bit more in the race though. Gave Andy a nice toe, and we're exactly 2 seconds off now. We are not in a good shape for this race. We are going to start 12th, despite improving slightly there. Right in the middle of where the AI are probably going to cause a lot of nonsense. Top 3, we've qualified outside the top 11, Jeff. Yeah. There is the one-man show trophy for using 3 different custom setups for a single car. Andy's looked after me with that one. All I've got here is the AR are all going to crash into each other.
Don't worry, mate. Get those spaces back. Let's push hard on this opening lap.
Go away, AI. An AI car that's out of the race. Avoid the wall stick. Avoid that AA car as well. Just Andy if he's listening to my comms while doing it. A couple of the AI actually slow down on the finish line, which is not ideal. Old Porter there was off the track. Oh, you're having a laugh. Can we not have the AI run side by side and into each other and then me collect it? Hopefully that's just the lap time that's valid rather than the race ending. Debris there. The final corner. Coming up to some back markers. Yeah, weaving from side to side. He's lost the wheel. Yeah, he's weaving from side to side, game. What do you want me to do? Got some damage. Perfect. Quite a bit slow with this damage. We're going to continue finish up as high up as we can. Ultimate lap for us. So Andy is there, it's there, so yeah, I drive into my game, there's not a lot I can do, is there? annoying because we could have finished second there. Yeah, not driven into the side of us. To improve our safety rating, 39%. Do a couple more of these and then call it a night. That's how we do that. Behind Dell in there. Done really with getting on the back of the three in front. Only will serve his purpose though. Put us third. One of the eyes broken down in the pit lane. They're just in front of us. Definitely need the toe if we want to improve our time. Jesus, AI. They're coming together on the back straight there. Down then again. Door piece to gone third. We're not going to improve here. It certainly hasn't helped us qualify fourth. He's going to start last here. Go again. As normal, if Andy wants to try and overtake, I will not be holding him up. He's not pinged me for that, to be fair. So we're off the track. See if we can build ourselves a bit of a lead. Two drivers have retired. Hopefully Andy isn't one of them. Nope, he's in sixth. Should be on the back of this pack that we're in charge of. Is now the case. Goes up to second at the moment. That is his wall stick. I'll let you go on the straight, mate. I actually get more safety by driving slowly in front of us. It's just disappeared and fair play. Into the final lap. Indeed, with simple win there. Quite starting last. Look, 60% on the safety. It's nice. Final race of the evening. That's the Texas one rather than the one I butchered. At the top of F or bottom of E, the end of the session.
Nice and steady on the outlap.
This is the B says. I don't know the meaning. Not really the pole that being that, is it? You mug. Let's return to pit box. Might be an idea to start last and follow Andy, to be fair. Well, let's try that for one. We can improve our safety rating quicker that way. Let's get a monitor. Andy's in the same thing and staying in the pit lane. And have a look at this Benetton rip-off car. We're coming towards the end of our stream. Yeah, driving nicely with itself.